Hello friends, welcome to Csharp Space. Today in this video session we will discuss about how to create a login page using minimal API .NET 6 with database. So let's start. We open our Visual Studio. Here I already create one sample project for minimal API .NET 6. So here we get a connection string from a database and then log in the page according to their username and password. So first of all, we need to set a connection string into this app setting.json. So here I am writing a connection string. So it's a connection string, and then here I'm writing like a default connections, and then here we set a connection string. I already create a connection string here. This is my sample database where we get a connections, where we have already created a login for a table for login. So this table present the username and password. This is the simple table that contain a username and password for demo purpose. In this project, I am using entity framework for the database related operations. So first of all, we need to install a NuGet package managers uh, for entity framework. So we need to run these commands for installing entity frame for.sql server. So for using this, I am go to this package manager console, and here we copy that command for installing entity framework core.sql server. And after this, we need to install this entity framework core. And now this package for entity framework core tools. So I run this, and in last this command for creating the scaffolding for the current database, means it's creating a model classes for that database tables. So I run this. This build the project and adding the model folder and the classes according to their tables that are present into the project. This models is created. That tables contain the below tables, and that created the model classes and this for DB context. Now we go to our Program.cs, where we writing a code for means creating a one post API, and then configure that API with one HTML page, where we call that API using jQuery Ajax. This is the sample API for weather that is created when we choosing a minimal API. So I am just removing that code. So first of all, we need to connect the connection string with entity framework builder. So for this, I am adding builder. We firstly get a connection string from configurations file. So it's where connection string, and then it's builder dot configuration dot get connection string, and then here we pass this tag. It's a connection string, and now adding builder dot services dot add db context, and then it's Csharp db context because our context name is this Csharp Space context, and then using a lambda operations x dot use SQL server, then pass that connection string. Now in next step, here we create one API for login, means that getting a username and a password, and then this checking the record into the database and then return the result. So app dot map post, and then here we provide a URL, like I'm getting here, it's home login, and then here we provide a Csharp context, Csharp space context, then is object name, and then like our name is TBL login, and then it's like a TBL login, like a TL, and then here we write we check like where result equal to db dot tbl login dot where dot first or default, then using a lambda operators x dot to username is equal to, and it's a TL dot username and x dot user password is equal to TL dot user password, and then we check the result is null or not, like it's not null, then we return results dot JSON, because we return a result into the JSON format. Then like I am here returning a string for after login is success, so I am returning here like success, and this, if this not matched, then it's return results dot JSON dot tilde. This is the simple string that will be sending a message according to the status of their username and password. So need to add one more method, because here I am adding one more HTML page that consuming this API, and here we pass a username and password, and on the basis of that result this will display a message. So we cannot directly add HTML page into this minimal API, so we need to configure one more service here or using that static files. So like I am adding one more method for app dot use file server, and then new file server options, and then file provider is equal to new physical file provider, and then it's path dot combine path.combine, and here we take a current directory, like I'm adding one more folder here for save that HTML files. So directory dot get current directory, and then here we write a path name of that folder, like I am adding that folder as a static files, and then it's a request path is equal to s, and then we write this folder name here. This is the requested path, and then enable default files is equal to true. So now here I am adding one more folder for static files, static files. This files, static files, and now I am adding one more here page for HTML page that consuming that API. So I'm searching here HTML, and then change that name like as index. So here I will create a one login page. So I already write the HTML for this, so simply copy this. It's a simple login page with two text boxes. One is username and another one is password. So here we need to add a script for calling that API, that post API that we created into this minimal API. So for this I am using a jQuery Ajax call. So simply write the script here. It's a dollar and then function, then we write on button click of this we call that API. So it's we write ID here dot click, and then we write a function here, it's dollar dot Ajax, and here we write type equal as a post, and then it's URL. Our URL is this, and then writing a content type, it's application, says JSON, because they are written type as JSON, so we write a content type as JSON, and then it's dot JSON dot stringify, we stringify that the JSON, and then we write here pass here a username and password. So username, then pass that ext username, at 12, and then it's password. So here we pass password ID dot 12, and then on success if here we get that data, and here I am simply writing that message that is returned from that API. So in real applications you can add if else conditions, and if you get a success then you can send that URL to any specified page, or you can alert that message. So now this code is completed. Now we run this application, and then first of all this showing a Swagger page because I am using OpenAPI Swagger here. So this will display the required API that we created here. It's loading the Swagger index.html. Here this display that post API that we created. So home login. Like first of all, we try this wrong username and password. Then this will display the failed message. And if we pass the correct details, then this will display a success message because that record is present inside the table, that admin ID and password. So now we open that HTML page. Yeah, we firstly like sending wrong details, then this will display a failed message, and if we sending correct details, then this will display success. So this is the complete process for how you can create a simple login page using a minimal API.NET 6 and with jQuery Ajax call with the help of database. So if you have any questions, any problems, please write in comment box. I will reply you soon. And if you like my videos, please click on subscribe button and also click on notification bell. So thanks for watching. We will meet in next video session.